man, what the do y'all know about sports?
You are now listening to the best damn sports podcast. Period. Welcome back, everyone, to the What Do Women Know About Sports podcast. I am Bre Nicole.
And I'm Vicky D. And we got a special guest host. Got Veez in the building.
What's up?
What's going on?
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So, how y'all week been?
Man.
I could have had a better week. I definitely could have had a better week.
Yeah. But, you know, we got to start off with
your Cardinals?
Got
our Cardinals.
Right.
Our Cardinals,
right.
I'm sorry.
Okay, yes. So, our Cardinals, so every other team in American League, National League have clinched their division except for
the Cardinals.
Yes. So it's down to like pretty much us and the Brewers. So they're like one game behind us, right?
Yeah, because we lost last night.
Right, and they lost last night, which is great, but like we got to win.
I think it's a game today and tomorrow.
We're
playing the Cubs now.
So our magic number 2, we got to win these next 2 games. We got to control
tomorrow.
our own destiny. Okay,
I'll be at tomorrow's game.
Oh, you will?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
I
I was at Ballpark Village last night, and I was pretty mad. They was tied like 1-1. Then all of a sudden, like during the 7th inning, like
it was like
they just started like
score.
Like y'all know how mad I was.
I mean, because the goal is to clinch a division. Granted, like we've already like secured a playoff spot,
right?
But the goal is to like ultimately at least secure your division. I think that'll be big for them. It'd be like an extra motivation.
Right.
They need that.
Right. Yeah, we don't want to play a wild card game.
I'm not doing it.
Because that's like one game win. You got
it's like win or lose.
Yes.
I'm not doing it. I just feel like I really think this is their season because like they've been playing like decent.
But the Brewers been on like a
I don't care.
unbelievable streak until like last night.
That's not my team. Okay. That's not my team. I don't care.
I'm just saying. They've been on a streak.
I mean, okay. I'm listening. I'm optimistic. I'm positive. I'm looking for a great outcome.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not putting everything on it either because I know the Cardinals, like, they can fold at any second. But I'm optimistic. I'm hoping for
I know. And we got what's dude's name? With the stash. I can't think of his name right now. Colton Wong. Okay. With the stash. Yeah, I don't like the stash. Ugh. Anyway, but he out right now. We don't want to do a Kevin Durant and put him in, early. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we need him, but we gotta
make
wait.
sure he's healthy.
Exactly.
I get it.
Exactly.
I mean, we just gotta wait and see what these next 2 games are gonna be like. It's against the Cubs. I mean, well, the baby Bears. So
they trying to get their revenge last night.
They did because we swept them last
exactly.
week. They did.
And I went to the Ballpark Village last night, and it was tons of Cubs fans there.
Yeah, they travel here.
Yeah,
everywhere.
Yeah, right.
A lot of them.
They were
here.
it was a bunch of them.
Well, so what I've learned is that like Chicago sports fans, especially like Cubs and like Blackhawk fans, they are travel here for our games because it's cheaper to come here and watch a game than it is to like pay for a ticket in Chicago. They come here in like droves.
That's wild.
Yeah,
they come here in droves. Like especially like during my stint with the Blues. If we ever played the Blackhawks, it was half and half in the stadium. Like you saw a sea of blue on one. It was like a sea of blues. But then it was also a sea of Blackhawks. Because, like, they come here on buses because it's cheaper.
Okay.
Which sucks.
Right?
Because I'm never going to Chicago. I'm never, no.
I would go to Chicago.
I would go, but, like.
I actually love Chicago.
It's all right. The Navy Pier is pretty cool. The Navy Pier is pretty cool. The best thing to me about Chicago was, like, Michael Jordan, for one.
Bulls.
Facts.
Right.
And
right.
Barack Obama. That's about it for me. that's about it. For me in the blue in Chicago. That's about it. That's it.
Really?
That's it.
Okay.
I mean, it's not their pizza.
Actually, that pizza pretty good.
I've never had that pizza.
You haven't? Yeah, I like because I tried the deep pan.
I think you're being a traitor because if it's not thin crust, I don't trust it.
She sound like she from Chicago now.
She do.
Right?
I'm trying to tell you.
No.
She trying to trade up on St. Louis stuff.
No, like you tried to trade up and be a Dodger fan
For
Bye.
one day.
No,
For
it was like
one
for
day.
a couple weeks when the
Listen,
Cardinals was on
struggling.
a slump.
And I'm honest. I was going to be a Dodgers fan for like 2 weeks. I was. But I switched it up.
Okay. Now that they winning, okay. Traitor.
Listen, no. The Lakers haven't been winning for a minute. I'm still loyal. Listen, my thing with the Cardinals is they aren't consistent all the time.
You said they aren't?
They are not consistent. So consistency for me is key. It's key in anything. But like if you're gonna play for a championship or a world title, you have to be consistent. You can't start playing at your best towards the end of the season.
True.
Because then the other teams like who've been consistent, they on a roll.
You gotta play catch up.
Exactly. And you don't want to have to play catch up like towards the end and be a wild card.
Right.
Because that may not always work in your favor. It hasn't worked in their favor.
True.
So you have to be consistent. If you're not consistent, what's the point? What's the point?
That's what I'm saying. Like that's like I mentioned in the last one. Like they'll win, they'll make the playoffs, but then when they get there, it's just
Then
like
what? Then what?
that's how they do. So
I mean, the first goal was to get there. You've made it there. Now it's time to regroup and figure out how we're going to maintain and make it to the end.
Yeah, as long as you get there, you always got a chance.
Just. But it's baby steps, though. I do understand it is baby steps.
yeah, we gotta focus on one thing
Yeah.
and just win these next 2 games. We'll
So
be good.
I'm hopeful.
As long there's different scenarios that could happen. So like as
Right.
long as they win, so if they win the next game and the Brewers lose, then we probably will clinch it. So
Yeah.
but if they win the next game, so if they win the next game and the Brewers win the game, we have to win that last game.
On Sunday.
And they have to lose. If they tie, then we got to play the wild card.
That's too much.
So I know. So it's
That's
like
stressful. That's why it does not. That's why it does not serve you to want to play catch up.
And then them
Doesn't
losing,
serve
and
you.
so them losing to the Diamondbacks, like those last 2 games, kind of hurt us, kind of put us back,
I get
because we
it.
could have been clinched.
Yeah, I
Like,
get it. That's why
whatever.
it does not pay to play catch up. It does not work in your favor.
Right.
But I'm hopeful. But I will say the other day my job gave me tickets to it was a preseason game for the Blues.
Right.
First of
Which
all,
I almost went to.
she missed my phone call. She didn't answer my text. Listen, I can't wait. I moved on.
So their preseason, is it over? Because they were like 3-2. That was their record. It was like 3-2.
Possibly, I know the season starts on the 2nd. That's
Oh,
home
ooh.
opener is on the 2nd.
Already?
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
But let me tell y'all, listen. It's nice in the inside. It's remodeled.
Oh, is it?
It's a brand new jumbotron, brand new seats.
That's what happened
What?
when you went.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
That's what happened when you win the Stanley
Right?
Cup. You get to upgrade
Right?
your stadium. And when I say upgrade, so I interned there in then the 14-15 season. Awesome. Loved it. It was like the old, we've had so many different names. It was like the old Kill Center. Like Kill
Yes,
Center,
Scott Trade.
Trade, the Savage Center. It was all of that.
Yes, I remember Savage.
Same old
Yeah.
seats,
They changed
old
it again?
jumbotron.
Yeah, it's the Enterprise Center now.
Oh wow.
When I walked in
Yeah.
into the, so the seats were club seats. I was feeling fancy that day. Like when I say the seats are nice,
Oh, okay.
it's like big jumbo. It's like I was like, this is what happens when you win a championship.
Right?
You get money. You get money. It's really nice. They did lose, but it's a preseason game,
Right.
And so and they were not playing at their full strength either. Like I don't think
They never do in preseason. You never.
Yeah,
really
like Bennington wasn't playing. I
Uh-huh.
think Jake Allen was the goalie, and Tarasenko didn't play either.
Okay. They usually don't put your best players in.
Which is fine. Like
Yeah,
it is preseason. It's giving you kind of like a warm up before your
Right.
season actually starts.
Right.
But they wasn't looking at their best. They need to get together.
Got
If
that
you wanna-
championship hangover.
Yeah, if you want to be in that same position again in this upcoming season, you have to be a little bit better.
You gotta
They
set the
did
tone.
get a lot of power plays, but if you don't score on those power plays and the other team scores off a power play and they're shorthanded a person, what are you doing? The power play is supposed to work in your advantage, not theirs.
Right.
They're already down a person, and y'all at full strength. Like, what's
Right,
going on?
right.
So it wasn't their best game,
Okay.
but
Well, we'll see.
it was cool to be there. I do know they did make a trade that day. Like Edmondson was traded for Justin Falk. He actually flew in and was there that day for that game. He's gonna be like a new defensive man. What's good about him is that he's right-handed, but he plays on the left-hand side, so it's tricky. And he's like a 7-time like All-Star, so
Okay.
he might be good help.
Okay. Didn't we lose the
Pat
one?
Maroon.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hometown dude.
hmm.
I mean.
Yeah. I mean, we
I mean,
still
it's-
have like Tarasenko, O'Reilly.
True.
Bennington.
Bennington. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was key. Hmm.
Yeah, so I really was trying to go to the home opener game just to see them
I
like
know.
raise
I
the
want to go
banner.
to it.
I
Yeah.
don't got the kind of money though.
Hey, not right. You said they're pretty steep, right?
They pretty steep.
You know. Again, that's what happens when you win.
That's
know.
what happens when you win.
Prices go up.
Prices
you know.
go up. Yeah, theirs did. My wallet didn't, so I won't be there. I won't be there. So yeah, I'm just excited
That'd be
for
cool
the.
though to see.
It will be.
I'll be at home to watch it.
I'm watching on TV.
Yep.
Yep,
It's free.
it's free on TV. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, cable
And you
not
get to
really
see up
free.
close.
I mean, cable not free, but you know,
You already paying for it. So.
right? I get it. So I'm just, it's gonna be exciting.
True.
So, LaMelo. I'm not really a fan of the Ball family in general.
I'm not either.
Why not though?
Okay, so it's
Well,
not. It's not the kids.
Is it right? Let's
not the
rephrase
children.
that. Right.
I don't dislike Lonzo as a person because I don't know them. And the other son, well, he doesn't even play anymore.
What is his name?
Jello.
LaAngelo or something.
Yeah, that's the name.
What
They
is
call
it?
him
The one
Jello.
that's playing for Lithuania.
Yeah, they call him Jello.
Oh, Jello.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What you be
Okay.
like?
Okay. And then
Okay.
LaMelo is the youngest one.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't. It's not that I'm not a fan. I just their dad does
It's the dad.
Why though? That's every AAU dad in America though. Like
does.
he's just on a national level though.
And I don't understand why they give him a platform and it's a bit much.
I mean,
And here's the issue: he talked up Lonzo so much when he was being drafted. Lonzo has yet
To live up to that.
but you got to think about circumstances though. Like when he got there, like LeBron came, so he wasn't able to really
When he
take
got
off.
there,
No,
LeBron
LeBron wasn't there when he.
Well, that first year he wasn't there.
Right.
They was kind of, you know.
When
So
he got
are
there,
you saying
LeBron
when
was still with Cleveland?
No, so I think he's saying when LeBron did. Well, yeah,
that,
but
I
when
mean,
LeBron.
his rookie year, they was still a young team.
Right.
True.
Right.
And then that second year, you know, you're supposed to really take off
Right.
after that. But then you got LeBron there, so you're taking a
Coming.
back seat. He real ball dominant. So he can't really play his natural position because you got LeBron.
I get it.
Because what Lonzo is a what guard?
Yeah, he a point guard.
He a
Point
point guard.
guard. Oh, okay, that's what LeBron is.
No, I
No,
mean,
he's a shooting.
He's a small forward.
small forward.
But they call him a point forward. That's what they really call him.
Ah, okay.
But the thing is that his dad, he talked him up so much and saying, as a rookie, he's going to be able to like do all of these things.
I mean,
And I get it as a parent, you want to hype your children up and give them like all the extra motivation. But he does a lot.
I just feel like there's a lot of parents that do that like
Always.
on an everyday basis, but we don't see it.
True.
So we not making it a big deal. But since he doing it on ESPN and
Right.
Fox and stuff like that,
They give him that platform. Just take him off the TV. If he did behind the scenes, I don't care. But because it's on TV, it gives people like us a chance to like commentate or criticize it because it's like this is a lot. It's really extra. But I get it as a parent. Like you want to give your child all of that extra motivation because if your child has nobody else, you have that parent always, and I get that.
but you got to think though, like whatever he said that he was gonna do, like he didn't did it. He said he was gonna, well, minus Jello, said he was gonna get all his boys to the NBA.
True.
I mean, but Melo not there yet.
He's gonna
He's
be,
going to.
he gonna be the number. He gonna be a top 3 pick next year.
Exactly. That's what
Yeah.
they're saying, that he could
He-
possibly be a number one, right,
And
or a number one pick.
And it depends on, you know, the draft order
Yeah,
on
yeah.
what they need, depending on if they need a point guard or not.
I think Miller gonna be. I think he's gonna be a better.
He is already better than
better
Lonzo.
asset.
He's
Lonzo.
6'7".
Yeah.
He's 6'7".
How old is he?
What,
Like
18? He 18.
Yeah.
Jeez.
He young.
A 6'7" point guard.
Yeah,
they say he's not done growing. They say he might get to like 6'9".
Yeah, I think he. And what I also read is that a couple of his coaches in Lithuania, what they were saying was that like he's a great teammate to have.
He played with his brother, right? No. Oh, was it just LaMelo?
Yeah,
or
in
not
Lithuania.
LaMelo, but
In Lithuania, he played with Jello.
that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, but he in Australia now. I think so.
Oh, okay.
He's somewhere different, yeah. And this team is saying that he's an awesome teammate. Like his teammates love him. Like he isn't a ball hog. He shares. He watches the court. Like he has good vision as to what's going on, and they like that about him. Like he's an awesome player to have on your team.
Yeah, he can get to the basket at will.
Yeah,
Pass
he's
is
a great
crazy.
teammate.
Yeah, I seen him play. Yeah, he gonna be
Yeah.
something.
And I also heard that he does not plan on wearing his family's.
Yeah, so
clothing.
apparently, yeah, Nike's interested in the shoe deal with him,
Yeah.
which could.
Man, Lonzo said he had to change shoes like at halftime.
Yep.
He said them shoes wasn't ready.
Yep.
Like, it wasn't a finished product. They kept ripping.
Yeah.
That was all LeVar though.
We said last week you
We
need
was-
better product.
We talked about
You
that
need
last
better
week.
quality.
Yeah,
If you're gonna like market it, it has to be of great quality, especially if you're like an athlete. You can't be on the floor and like.
and this
shoes
is your
ripping.
name. This is your name.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like he was such in a rush. He was talking so much about it. He was trying to hurry up and get that product out there.
But nobody's buying it.
People was buying them.
Who's people?
Who's people?
People in other places.
like
Doing
other
some-
countries?
Like,
in all the United States doing some expensive shoes, but
Is these the same people that be buying Yeezy clothes?
you
That
don't,
look a little homeless.
I don't know who buy Yeezy clothes, but I know a lot of people that buy Yeezy shoes.
yeah.
His clothes look a little homeless.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy the clothes. I'd buy the shoes though.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying either.
I'm not buying them Crocs. No thanks.
I'm not buying either. But yeah, I think he's going to be a great asset to any team who gets him.
Yeah,
I agree.
that dude gonna be a stud, man.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's a combination of his skills, but also his personality. If you have a good like personality on it, like it makes people want to play with you, and I think it's not necessarily key, but it adds to it.
Right, and y'all gotta think like he been playing up like his whole life. He been playing with his older brothers.
Yeah.
Like, he was playing with them in high school.
Yeah.
So he been ready.
Right.
And he got an older brother in the NBA, so he get to play with NBA players and train with professional trainers. So he ready.
Just waiting for draft night to see what's gonna happen.
He a top 3 draft pick.
Yeah, for sure.
I think he
yeah.
will be. I think he will be. I mean, even if he goes 3, that's still pretty
That's still-
awesome.
yeah.
Lonzo went 2.
Oh, he was
did.
2.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Markelle Fultz was number 1.
Was number 1, and he got injured immediately.
See, why it's always
I'm
you
rooting
know
for
what?
that
It's
dude,
always
though,
the number
man.
1 draft picks that never live up to that number 1.
I think Zion might though.
He just
I'm
gotta
hoping.
stay. He just gotta stay in shape, and they got a nice team around him.
They do.
It's a nice
do.
core team, like a nice
Yeah.
little young team. Yeah, it's gonna be. I think the Pelicans are gonna be a
And you gotta
decent
think
squad.
like with number 1 picks, they don't get drafted into the best situations. Like you're going to the worst team.
Exactly.
But the
But in this
Pelicans
case, the
weren't-
Pelicans weren't the worst, though.
No, they traded a pick, didn't they?
No, so the way they do it now is like it's like a lottery. They
Oh, yeah, the
they
draft
pick from a
lottery, draft
lottery.
lottery.
It's not the worst team anymore. They pick from a lottery. That's how they did it.
Well, I should have said one of the worst teams.
You think that was?
They didn't make the playoffs.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's why they get
Okay.
the pick so high.
True.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why. But I think Boston was in that talk too, and they made the playoffs.
That's because they, all them trades they made over the years, and they got them draft picks.
Oh, okay, it put them in that position. Okay,
So they get somebody else draft pick.
okay. I think it's gonna be a decent squad.
They gonna be nice, man.
So, the new addition to the Team USA could possibly be James Harden. So he has shown some interest in playing in Team USA.
Baby
you
Beard.
know who?
The baby beard.
Anyway, so Steph Curry and Dame Lillard
I think Clay was.
and Klay Thompson
I know LeBron said he wanted to play.
Did he now? Because
Yeah.
I thought he wouldn't.
I
Wasn't
thought he
long as he-
retired from Team
No,
USA.
he said as long as he healthy.
Really?
Hmm I guess you don't like LeBron.
We both don't like LeBron.
I like
know.
him off the
we,
court.
Oh, we like off the court LeBron, not on the court.
Not on the
LeBron.
court.
I mean, I'm not the biggest LeBron fan, but you know, I respect his
We
game.
respect it
Yeah,
too.
I respect his game.
You know,
I mean, minus the crying, you know.
I agree. He does do a lot of whining.
and flopping. You know,
That too.
flop queen.
But I respect him a lot off the court. Like, I like him off the court.
I do too. Yeah.
I mean, they need it. Team USA.
They
Yeah,
need the best of the best out
Exactly.
there. Because them dudes got spanked this summer.
And the FIBA
Man.
World Cup. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Number 7.
They had all role players out there, man.
Pretty much.
I knew y'all wasn't going to win nothing.
They have no type of, like, core players, like, who are going to...
Exactly. Like,
Especially when Kimball Walker, your best player out there. Like, you're not finna win nothing against these other countries, man.
And these other countries have NBA players
exactly.
as well.
Like
Facts.
Giannis, Greece. You got Marc Gasol, Spain, which they won.
It's if you don't, and I guess they went into it thinking like, oh my god, like we're Team USA, this gonna be in the bag. No, it's different on the men's side than it is on the women.
Mm-hmm.
The women are dominant because not a lot of countries have a lot of other NBA like players in the pros. It's some,
Right.
but it's not as many as it is in the NBA. So it's a different playing field.
Right.
With the men, you have to understand that a lot of y'all players, they come from these international teams or from these countries in general.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have top tier players like a Giannis or a Marc Gasol,
Mm-hmm.
that's already at your disadvantage.
All them players kept dropping. They knew what was up. They knew they was about to lose. That's why they kept dropping out.
Like,
Yep.
like even during All-Star Weekend, they have a game where it's USA versus the world.
Right.
World team be stacked.
you
Be
hear me?
stacked. So you gotta understand, like, these are other players who play for different countries. So like, if you go to a FIBA or the Olympics and like you coming in there with like bench players, you are not gonna get far in this tournament
That's
at all.
exactly what they went in there with.
With
They-
bench players.
with third and fourth options on a USA team. Like, come
on
on,
a Team
bro.
USA, and Team USA it sits at a standard. They didn't live up to that standard.
No. So hopefully with the addition of James Harden.
They gonna go up there with a squad next year.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Oh,
be
for
a squad
sure.
the-
For sure.
I mean, I think for the Olympics, it's going to be a better squad because it's the Olympics.
Because people don't watch the FIBA World Cup. People watch the Olympics. I'm trying to tell you.
It ain't as important.
Exactly.
It's like,
Right. This is like a teaser.
It
Like,
matters. It matters.
I'm sure it does,
because
but
it matters because it marks your placement in the Olympics. If you don't make it like or do so well in FIBA, you can't go to the Olympics.
that's all fine and dandy. But I'm just trying to tell you what the American people watch. They don't care about that.
Well, they dumb.
especially with who on the team. Like,
Exactly.
I'm
And
not.
I get that, but I'm just saying like if you don't like perform well in FIBA, you don't make it to the Olympics.
I get what you're saying.
I mean, you have to at least make it to a certain point to even qualify.
But they get 7th place.
Yeah, we were 7th place. Yep. I think that was the lowest we ever placed.
I bet.
Like,
Yeah.
So it's the same thing now with the other sports who are in FIBA, like track and field, swimming. If those players don't like win their meet or run a certain like time, they can't qualify to even try out for the Olympic team.
Okay, so tell me this: is the FIBA World Cup, is it televised?
Some of them are like, so I know soccer it's FIBA, that's world
Uh-huh.
champs, that's televised. Swim meets are televised. I know track and field it's televised. I don't know why they don't televise basketball. I cannot
I think I seen some of them on like ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
But you gotta pay for that.
And it
Right.
could be because like the FIBA stuff happens in like other countries. It's never,
And they come on at odd times too.
yeah, it come out at odd times of the day.
You wake up at like 7 in the morning and they playing.
That's the difference. It be at odd times of the day. So that's the only drawback of it. Because it's never televised. The basketball is never televised.
Right.
Which sucks, but
They shouldn't have been this year.
Right. Right.
You was gonna get 7. I want to see that.
I mean the women played last season and they won.
Of course.
They're in the FIBA American Championship now, the women, but their team is not a lot of like players who are like, they're players, but it's more like rookie players
Mhm.
or second year in players. So like it's a lot of people who were drafted after they got out. They're on the team now, like for the American, like FIBA tournament now. And regardless as to whoever says like they're gonna commit to like be on the team, they have to try out.
But we know who's going to make the team. Like those top tier players, like a Steph, a Harden, LeBron, those dudes are going to be on the team.
Yeah.
Because they trying to win that gold medal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but you would think so when the women went to Rio in 2016, you would think that Candace Parker would have made the team. It's Candace Parker. She didn't. They didn't pick Candace Parker.
Well,
I ain't know
I just
They
feel
didn't
like
pick her.
next year, I feel like they going to want to take the best of the best. Like,
Yeah.
they're going to have a lot of people trying out, but I'm pretty sure they got in their
It's
head on
tryouts.
who
They
going
have
to
to
make
try
it.
out. And tryouts happen all through the season.
Okay.
I don't want to see Kimball Walker being the best player on the team next year. I'm just
He won't. He won't.
saying. Donovan Mitchell, come on, man.
Oh, I mean they good, but like
I mean, they good, but not to
but they
represent the
going-
country to try to win a
Exactly.
gold
They
medal.
aren't at the
Exactly.
caliber that Team USA needs as of yet.
like with other countries see Team USA, they're not looking like
Ooh,
Kemba Walker, Donovan Mitchell. They want to see LeBron James. They want to see Steph Curry.
Exactly.
Like
Smoking teams by 40.
right,
But even then,
Right.
they didn't do that in Rio, and they had a decent squad.
I
They
forgot.
had
Well, you
DeAndre-
know when it was the Redeem team, you know when they had Kobe, LeBron, Carmelo,
That was a
D-Wade.
squad.
That was a man. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
I still watch them games to this day. But they
Rio
were
was-
beating teams by like
in Rio, they was not sweeping teams by like double digits
They
like
had
that.
like Kyrie, Jimmy Butler.
They had Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, DeAndre
Boogie was on
Jordan.
there.
LeBron didn't play.
Nah.
LeBron and
Okay.
Steph didn't go, and I think it's because at the time like Rio was having
Oh, them issues.
with like getting like shots and
Mhm.
stuff, so like they weren't trying to make that risk, and I get it. I think Boogie went,
Mm-hmm.
so it was a decent squad,
Yeah.
but they still was not smashing teams by like
Right.
About 30,
Like
40
they
points.
normally do. Yeah.
They didn't come in 7th place.
Exactly.
the women were though. The women were blowing teams out the water,
Of course.
and I mean out the ass.
Of course.
It was so they need all the help they can get because they suck.
Facts. Facts.
7th place is not a good place to be. So, has anybody else like said it, but like besides James Harden and maybe LeBron?
No.
I think Jimmy Butler said he wanted to
Oh,
play.
really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, speaking of these players, I know a few of them had like press conferences yesterday.
Oh, it
with
was
their
media
new
day.
teams.
Yeah, it was media day.
So Jimmy Butler made it to Miami.
Oh, okay.
I know Kevin Durant and Kyrie had like.
Yeah, they had
conferences.
their
Yeah, and Kyrie was saying that with the passing of his grandfather, they kind of weighed on him and like he wasn't his like he didn't put forth all of his like effort with.
So
with
is that the
Boston.
reason?
I don't-
That was the reason?
I don't-
That's how it came off.
I don't think that's a good excuse.
That's what I'm
onto
saying.
why-
That's
Like,
how it
is
came
that-
off,
that's
though.
not a reason?
That's how it came off. Though.
that was just an excuse to try to say, well, I told them I was going to resign here, but now I'm in Brooklyn.
Right.
Like, no, bro. Like, you knew you was going to leave regardless.
That's what I think.
So I'm not saying like that was his reason, but like that's how it came off as to why he didn't play up to par in Boston when he was there. It's not a like granted like family issues. I get that, but don't put that as to why like you wasn't.
I mean, I think it was like the first year he got there when they went to the playoffs, when they got to the Eastern Conference Finals. You got these are young dudes getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, going 7 games with the Cavaliers. We were 1 game away from going to the finals without Kyrie. So then he come back, and we lose in the 2nd round, and everybody looking at each other like, you hold me back, like you taking my minutes, and I can't get as much touches as I used to, and stuff like that.
So I'm going back to the Eastern Conference Final Game 7, Boston and Cleveland. Do you think they could have won? Because here's my reasoning. So Cleveland, they had LeBron, and he's going to LeBron in any game. But
I
Cleveland wasn't gelling like that. Like,
I feel like they could have won, but I feel like when you have LeBron James on your team, like that makes a big difference.
Like in a good way or a bad way?
In a good way.
Okay.
I'm saying as far as in a elimination game, like he's been there before. A lot of those dudes haven't been there before.
Right.
Like I'm happy to be here.
but they played hard though.
They did. but
Because I was hoping for a Boston win.
you still got to get that
I was
job
hoping
done.
for-
Yeah, but Kyrie did admit that he felt like he failed his
His team.
teammates in
Don't
Boston.
say that. Don't say that now. Don't say that. You in Brooklyn. We don't want to hear that.
Yeah. But as you mentioned, he did mention that he struggled with his grandfather's death. But yeah, he felt like he failed him.
And
Which I you know my thing with Kyrie. He is not. He will always be second. He will not. He is not a good leader. I don't feel like he's a good leader. Okay.
I think he knows that though.
Exactly. Now he knows that, and he actually said to LeBron that he knows that he's
not a leader.
exactly. He admitted
I
to
think
him.
he's a great player though.
I'm
he's
not taking that away
consistent.
from him. I'm
He's
just
not
saying
consistent.
he's always a second.
Yeah, he's never.
It's gonna be him or somebody.
with him.
Exactly. He's like the Robin to Batman.
I think
you
he
know
know he can't just be the man on the
He-
team.
right.
Like he see how that worked out in Boston, and it didn't work out too good.
Right.
He has to be that number 2. He needs a
he's
LeBron.
like-
he
I'm
needs a
telling
KD.
you, he need that KD.
So like, if KD's cap, he's the shield. basically.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. he can't be.
He's
no
the
leader.
hammer, and Thor is just.
We've seen what he can
that
do in
sucks.
playoffs, and it's not
That sucks
Like
to be the hammer.
we're gonna see what he do this year without KD.
exactly. Because he got to step up.
Is it a
but-
squad though? Like who's still remaining in Brooklyn?
They got Spencer Dinwiddie.
Oh,
They
yeah, I
got
forgot about
DeAndre Jordan. They
Oh, okay.
still got Joe Harris.
Spencer Dinwiddie. His name cracks me up.
I
else
forgot
they
about him.
got?
Yeah.
They still got what's his name? Jonathan Allen at center with the big afro.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Just as I guess at this point we just got to see like what they're
But he
gonna
can't do
bring.
what he did in Boston.
I feel
that's
like
for
he
sure,
had
like-
more talent in Boston. Well, minus KD.
I agree.
It's more talent.
Ooh, he definitely got to step his A game up now. We ain't got KD.
He could probably
you know
get them
what
to
I'm
the playoffs, but it's
like
gonna
maybe
be tough.
round one, but they might not get
Yeah,
past round
for
one,
sure.
which is good.
I feel like they barely gonna get to the playoffs, cause you still got the Pelican, like just the teams on the East. Like you got the Pelicans.
Pelicans in the West.
they in the West.
Oh damn! Oh,
You
yeah. Scratch that.
In the East, you got
Boston,
You got
the
Cleveland.
Bucks.
Cleveland.
Cleveland not making no.
Right, they're
playoffs.
not making it.
I'm just naming East teams.
Philly,
But we naming the ones that's gonna possibly beat them.
Boston,
Right.
Philly.
Bucks.
Bucks. Oh, for sure,
yeah,
Bucks.
Philly. I think Philly can get to the
70
finals.
That's
76, yeah.
Miami, they'll be decent. They got Jimmy Butler.
So I don't know.
I know they trying to trade for Chris Paul.
What he's on the
The
what team is
Thunder.
he?
Yeah.
Yeah. He trying
I
to get out
haven't
of
heard
there.
a
though.
lot of. I haven't heard a lot from him since
But-
this trade.
Yeah,
It
And
hasn't
he's still
been-
trying to get out of there though.
It hasn't been a lot of.
He got a
talk
lot
about
of
him.
money on his contract, so it's like they trying to see how the beginning of the season gonna go, because I guess they trying to start over. They trying to go young.
Who, the Thunder?
Yeah, since they traded Paul George and Westbrook, so he like the oldest player on that team, and he got a lot of money on that contract too. So it's gonna be hard to move him.
That's tough. That's tough.
Ah,
Who else in the East that could potentially make it?
pretty much the teams that he mentioned. So that's how I
The Pacers,
Yeah.
they got a nice, they got a nice squad.
Yeah, nice squad.
They got a nice.
Is
squad.
Oladipo still there?
Yeah,
Oh yeah. I forgot about him.
they picked up Malcolm Brogdon from the they play with the Bucks.
Yeah.
They still got Miles Turner, Sabonis.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
If Brooklyn, so in the East, like who I see making it all the way, just based off now, Bucks.
I would say
make-
Bucks, yeah.
Bucks.
Yeah, unless Giannis get a jump shot, I don't know. I got Philly going to the finals.
You do?
Yeah, Philly.
Joel Embiid, Ben
Yeah,
Simmons.
Ben Simmons. They still got Tobias Harris.
I
They
see,
picked up
I see
Josh Richardson
Bucks.
from Miami.
I see Bucks too.
I see Bucks.
They beatable, man.
Any team is beatable.
Right. Anything
I'm
can
saying that
happen.
because everybody thought that the Bucks was just gonna walk through the playoffs last year because they had the best record in the league,
Uh-huh.
and they played Toronto and
Oh yeah, you got
Barely,
Toronto.
barely though,
Yeah.
because Toronto had some struggles. Like it wasn't like consistent.
yeah.
They lucked out. I'm happy that they won, but it was a luck, in my opinion.
I mean, like I said, if Giannis get a jump shot, it's like he one dimensional. Like he real north and south. That's all he could do. Is just go through you. But once you draw up a defense that stop that to where you can't get to the basket, then what can you do?
Then what's next?
What else can you do? Like, if you can't get to the basket, what can you do? Can you hit a jumper? Can you hit a 20-footer? Can you hit a mid-range shot?
And
So his game ain't game.
He doesn't have that yet.
So that's probably what he need to work on. He need to work on expanding his game.
Facts.
Yeah, because he does not have that. He's more of a push his way through to the basket type of player.
He
He's
big. He
strong.
He bigger than
He's
everybody on the
yeah.
court.
Right.
Like,
I feel like if he could develop a jumper, not even a 3-point range, but
Yeah.
at least
A
a
mid
jumper,
jumper,
yeah.
yeah.
Like
same with Ben Simmons. Like,
Oh, his shot release is weird. Like, ugh. he got
Lonzo's
the
is
weirdest
weird.
shot release ever.
but you gotta want to shoot the ball though. Like,
you have to
you-
get it, yeah.
yeah, because if I'm the defense, I'm just gonna either double somebody or I'm just gonna sag off and help off on somebody. And if you're not even trying to shoot and you trying to force pass, that's a turnover every time.
Every time. Every time. I get it. But Kevin Durant was in the press conference too, and
Yeah.
they asked him like, how did this trade come about with you wanting to play for Kyrie? And he basically was just like, it was simple. It was a phone call between me and him, and he was just like, yeah, let's do this. Like
They had that planned out.
they had to have that. He had
You
to
know
have that
KD was
planned out.
leaving. I knew KD was leaving. You was like he wasn't leaving.
I didn't think he
I
was
said
gonna
that
leave.
dude is gone. He is out of here.
You could just see just his
Yeah,
demeanor and just how
exactly.
he was just carrying himself. Like he didn't really want to be there. Like,
But I think it happened after him and Draymond had that blow up.
well, let them tell it. They was making it seem like it wasn't that big of a deal.
They lies. Lies. That was a big deal. Lies.
Just like Kyrie said yesterday in the press conference, like basically he didn't say names, but he was like somebody is responsible for basically KD being hurt right
Oh,
now.
I seen that quote.
Whether they
yeah.
want to take responsibility of it or not. It's like putting
So
that,
do you think it was like the people that was
I think it's 50-50. I think as a player, you want to be out there. Like hurt or not. And it's the finals.
right?
Like he trying to get his third ring. So I want to be out there with my team, but at the same time, don't nobody know how severe the injury is. Like he got hurt so fast, but I feel like they could have been prevented. I think he played too many minutes at the beginning of the game.
They could have won without him.
But I feel like, yeah, if Clay didn't get hurt,
True. But they still could have won without him. Because they played without KD before and they won. They could have
But
played
not
without
without
him.
Clay.
that makes a big difference.
But not without Clay. Clay,
I'm talking about KD.
but they could have won without KD, but not without Clay. Like if people try to play Klay Thompson, he is a two-way player. He
Yes.
plays offense and defense.
Facts.
He
And
do,
he has
but
a
he
jumper
too
and a three.
No, I'm not taking that away from him, but he too inconsistent for me.
Clay
But-
Thompson,
Yes.
he giving you 22 points a night and being the third option on the team.
And he shows up when needed.
True.
He's a pivotal
but
player.
I still feel
Game
like
he
6
not have-
Clay.
They couldn't won. So like they could have definitely won without Kevin Durant. Like no doubt.
I think he knew that. I think that was one of the reasons why he wanted to leave too. Like he already felt like he wasn't.
And he was hurt in what round? Was it one?
No, it was the second round against the Rockets. He got hurt in
In the
game
series.
6.
Yeah. And so they were
No, it was
they
game
still
5.
pushed their way through. So like they could have won without him. They could not have.
They
won
swept the
without him.
Trailblazers in the Western Conference Finals without KD.
Right,
They
right.
couldn't-
That's what I'm saying. Why y'all couldn't just let him sit out?
I mean, it was one of those things. They fell behind.
But they could not have won without Clay. So when Clay got hurt, that was the end of it for them.
And he was that game where he got hurt. He was killing it though. He was.
I think they just panicked. They panicked like
So do you think it was a? Do you think it's on the coach? Do you think it was like a Steve Kerr thing?
I feel like, okay, if he didn't play and he playing for Brooklyn now, let's say he get hurt game 1 of the season, then what? Like it was his Achilles. I think it was just a freak accident.
Yeah.
Like that could have happened anywhere. It could have happened when he was working out
Mm-hmm.
or anything. Like whatever injury he had, they didn't tell us the full context of the injury, but I feel like that could have happened because I feel like if he didn't play, he probably would have ended up getting surgery
Yeah.
after the season.
Get it fixed or worked out.
Yeah, like either he had tweaked that Achilles and they knew it, or I don't know. But I feel like it was just a freak accident.
I feel like teams be real secretive anyway. Like, and I get it. Like, you want to protect your players, but like, people they need to know what's going on.
But I feel like if KD knew it was a possibility that he could tear his Achilles, he shouldn't have played. But he wanted to play. At the end of the day, he has the option to say, yes, I want to play.
Or no, I don't want
Right.
to. Yeah.
So it's like, it's easy to point the finger.
It is.
But nobody
but-
put a gun to his head and
Exactly.
said, hey.
You playing tonight.
Right.
Right.
Nah.
Right.
I get that. I get that. So yeah, his press conference. So like, I didn't hear all of it. I just heard that part, and I just didn't like the answer. Like give a
From
real answer.
Kyrie?
No, from Kevin. Like give
Oh.
a real answer. Like how did you get here? But I feel like players are always short anyway. That they give you the least.
I think that's just how he is, though. Like,
You think so?
Yeah, he want his business out there, but he don't want you to question him about it.
And he wearing a new number. It's number 7 now. He
Yeah,
no longer,
that's
no
weird
longer,
as hell.
It's no longer
You
35.
said
It's
him
weird.
being in no Kyrie being in a uniform is weird.
No, like Kevin Durant he was always 35. Wasn't he?
That's just like Kobe. Like he was always 8. Him being 24 was weird. But it grew on us, you know.
This 7 not gonna grow. It's not gonna grow.
Oh, that's your boo. So.
This 7 not gonna grow.
I don't know.
You don't like the number 7? Lucky number 7.
It's not gonna grow. I need number 35.
I mean, I hope they do their thing in Brooklyn, but I just feel like the way both of them went about doing, like leaving their former teams, like
Yeah.
it shouldn't have went down like that.
Especially
like,
Kyrie.
Yeah, like you tell the whole crowd, like I plan on re-signing her this summer or next summer, and then next thing you know, all of a
Oh
sudden,
yeah, Kyrie was like he could possibly stay.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then now all of a sudden, my grandpa died, and it took the
And
love
I
away.
feel my teammates.
He'll get that together.
I think he just found a reason to
Right.
leave.
And that was his reason.
Just like with KD, that whole argument, I think he would have left regardless.
Yeah.
But that argument with him and Draymond, that was just
It pushed it over the edge.
The icing
Yeah.
on the cake.
No, I think the argument was the cake. I think the icing was when he. I think the icing was him knowing they can win without me.
Yeah.
So the argument was the cake. The icing was him watching and seeing they can win this all without me. Like, why am I needed on this team?
And it's all media for real. Like he paid too much attention to the
He
media.
does. He does.
Like,
Yeah, that burner account.
Yeah, like when you turn on First Take and Undisputed and they saying, "Are the Warriors better without Kevin Durant?" You like, damn, where is
That
this
plays
coming
on your
from?
mental.
Yeah.
It plays on their mental. Cause like I know they watch this stuff. I know they watch it. He plays on their mental minds. It plays on their mental.
That and like they talk about, well, whose team is it? Steph team or is it KD team? Like that's all
Yeah.
media.
That's media.
Like Steph didn't told like I don't care. Like you can be the man. Like I'll take
Steph
it back
was,
to you.
Steph was upset that he found out like the rest of us.
Yeah, he was on the
Like,
on the
he was on the
plane.
plane, yeah.
On the plane to go talk to him to try to get him to come back. And then
Right.
next you look down on your phone.
And he gone.
Going to
That's all.
Brooklyn.
Steph was like, I don't think he like
KD would have had to see me. Give me my round. I was in Shanghai, brother,
right.
not California. Like this was a long little plane
I was
ride.
Right,
China,
right.
sir. Meet me. I'm on my round, sir.
Facts.
Meet me. Yeah, that's messed up. But it's media. It plays
But
a
I
part.
feel like Steph like he cared about
Oh
Kevin,
yeah.
but
I think Steph is a genuine player.
he probably was hurt that whole thing went down. So I don't know.
I mean, he don't. You got somebody that's always on Twitter and paying attention to what somebody's saying about him, and then you got another player that could care less that's just going out there and playing the game. Like,
And that's
what,
Steph.
what are we doing? Like, just play ball. You say you want to just hoop, just hoop. You the only person that's stripping off what
Right.
this report is saying or this report saying. And then when it's coming out during the season that it's a possibility that you might leave to go to the Knicks and like, what you think that's doing to your teammates?
Especially when you wanted to come here. This
Right.
trade, the trade to Golden State was what you wanted.
Yep, you wanted to win a ring.
You got 2 rings and 2 Finals MVPs.
Yep.
You wanted this. So then when we help you achieve this, at the slightest confrontation, you out of here.
Because they said I guess he thought winning the championship was gonna make him feel a certain way.
As much as that's Bay in my mind, he gotta get it together.
Yeah, he cared too much of what people think about him.
Yeah, and you can't, especially media. Like media is gonna always play a part to twist whatever you do. It's never gonna be a positive. It's always gonna be twist to where it's gonna show you in a negative
Yeah,
light.
because they want somebody to read them articles.
Yep, that's exactly it.
Clickbait.
You could say you could say I'm about to tie my shoe, and then the article gonna say Kevin Durant says he can
Facts.
do whatever. Like, come on, man.
These articles be
That
trash.
clickbait, man.
Oh, clickbait. Oh, like the
Yeah.
Bleacher Report top 100.
Yeah. Oh.
These lists are terrible.
Let's
These
get
lists
into
are
that.
garbage.
Let's get into this. Okay.
The lists are
This
garbage.
list was trash can. Garbage.
These lists are garbage.
Okay.
First of all, there's no Allen Iverson on there.
Thank
so-
you. I was saying it.
According, so listen, the Bleacher Report, they dropped the list, but then they also dropped the list of names. Of
Honorable
like,
mentions.
And so on
Do you
that
see that
list
long list of honorable
It's
mentions?
people who should be
Carmelo,
on the list. Allen Iverson should be on
AI.
this list.
Facts.
Really?
I don't care if AI does not have.
Out of
rings.
all these 50 players, you could not place AI on this list? Really?
So like some people who I feel should be on the list. Let's start with Carmelo Anthony. Like Melo,
He's definitely not like a top 10.
And he one of the best scorers ever.
Jimmy
But
Butler is not on this list. Anthony Davis is not on this list. He's an
But
honorable
okay, you
mention.
got to take into consideration like the older players as well. This is like overall.
That's fine, but you
You got
people-
50 spots, you know what I'm saying?
No, it was it 50 or 100?
It's 50.
It was 50.
It was
Yeah.
top 50.
But like Marc Gasol, I'm not on this list.
Marc Gasol, Pau Gasol.
Pau Gasol on the list, I think so.
Yes.
My biggest thing with the honorable mention is mainly Allen Iverson.
Allen
Yeah,
Iverson is like the
he
big
should have been in
one.
there.
Exactly.
That's my biggest thing.
You know what my other biggest thing is? Why is LeBron number 2? Why?
Why he
He's
can't be
number 2 on the ESPN
Why is he?
list.
No, he's number 2 on the top 50 Bleacher Report.
He is.
Yes, after MJ.
Oh, he's 3 on the on the ESPN
Where you think
list.
where you think LeBron should be?
Not number 2.
Why not?
Why is he number 2?
Why do you think he should be number 2?
Why
the
is he
question.
number 2?
What's
I
your
feel
reason?
Out
like-
of all,
I feel like him and Jordan is like 1A, 1B.
okay, MJ said it himself. Kobe was after him
That's cool.
from his mouth. Okay,
But MJ not the only person that list that matter though.
but this is MJ.
But we going off what we see. We going off numbers. Like,
I understand it. I understand it. But
look,
okay,
I'm not the biggest LeBron fan in the world, but I respect his game. But like, have you seen the teams that he's taken to the finals? Could you swap him and Jordan? Put Jordan on that Cavs team that got swept in the finals a couple years ago, or put Jordan on that Cavs team from like what was that? 07?
yeah,
They got beat by the Spurs.
yep.
Is Jordan gonna take that team to the finals?
I can't say because like I can't say. I can't.
But I'm just saying, how can you say he not at least number 2?
Maybe top 10, but not number 2.
He ain't number 2. I'm sorry.
Who number 2?
It's not him. It's not him.
3 rings, 4 MVPs.
What's your point?
I'm saying, what are we basing this off of, though?
Just my dislike. That's all.
We just some haters.
Just my dislike.
Man.
I mean, regardless of the list is trash because Kobe.
Why is Kobe number 14? Like,
He's
why?
14, and
Why?
then as
He is
much
definitely top 10.
As
He
much
is
as I am
definitely-
a fan of Shaq Diesel, he should.
Listen,
Shaq is number 6.
Listen,
Kobe's
you
number
know what
14.
you know what my thing is? Everybody's saying Kobe couldn't win none without Shaq. Shaq couldn't win none without Kobe. Why ain't Kobe and Shaq in the same position then? Why? If they couldn't win without each other, why is Shaq number 6 and Kobe number 14?
Me personally, I think Kobe top 5 all time.
Thank you.
Come on.
He is definitely
Come
top 14.
on. Kobe is the most disrespected
Goat ever.
disrespected
Y'all
goat
not about
ever.
to
Like
disrespect
when they
Kobe like he
compare
not.
when they compare players, they say LeBron and Mike. I don't
No.
hear nobody say Mike and Kobe or LeBron and Kobe.
It's always Mike and Kobe. Mike said it himself. MJ said
And
it
here's
himself
the
that
thing.
Kobe
Here's
is.
the thing. I won't even come. Granted, LeBron is an amazing player. He has taken teams that should not have made it to the finals and got rings. Great. However, Jordan has played a game with the flu. LeBron, in my
That
opinion,
was food poison.
Oh, yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah, food.
That's what they say.
LeBron
Right.
will never do that.
LeBron can't even play with a
He will never do that.
injured whatever. Kobe has played with an injured finger for a whole year. He's played with an
Like when I
injured
say,
Well, we can't
like, when I
base that
see-
off of.
Who can't?
off of injuries.
Yeah, we can't say that though. We talking about numbers, impact.
I feel like Kobe has had a great impact.
I agree, but I don't.
Yeah, okay. So you basing it off numbers. So on Twitter, there was a whole debate saying because Steph Curry's number 10, so they're like,
Which I
Steph
agree
Curry
that
is
he-
better than Kobe.
I'm not saying he better, but
That's what they're
Kobe
saying.
shouldn't have been 14.
He's
Right.
14
he
on
should
the
have
list.
he should have been top 5, but I do think that Steph should be top 10.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I'm not saying Steph, but yeah, it's Steph Curry. He's one of the greatest shooters we're probably gonna ever see.
He changed the way the game was played.
Yes.
Right. Just like Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, which is why they high on the list.
I
They
feel
changed
like
the way the game was played.
KD should have been top 10.
He's 15.
Who?
KD on the.
Yeah,
on
Oh,
he
he's
his,
should
15.
He should have been top 10.
so I know for a fact he's 15 and Kobe was 14. I was
Yeah, that list
waiting.
was wild.
The list was trash.
You got David Robinson, bro, above Kobe. What?
And then you got players like Russ. He's way up high.
They
Like he
had
like,
Tim Duncan at 7.
Yeah.
but it's Tim Duncan though.
Tim Duncan, though.
Who you taking, KD or Tim Duncan?
I'm taking Kevin.
Oh.
I'm taking Kevin.
Exactly.
Okay, right.
I'm taking Kevin.
Right.
But then you got players like Russ. He's on the list.
You
but
talking about
he's-
Russell Westbrook?
Yeah, but he's way up high. James Harden is way high. Which kind of, can't be too mad about that.
I feel like they need to do more
Who?
Wrestling.
before they
Yeah.
like get a championship at least.
I just don't like the list. This list was trash, and the other list was trash.
Yeah, that
The other-
ESPN
the
top 100
ESPN.
players going into this season.
Who was number 1?
I think Giannis.
Giannis was
Oh,
number
okay,
one.
Giannis.
And
Kawhi
Kawhi.
was number 2.
Be
Why?
serious.
Because he won a championship? What are they basing that off of?
I have no idea, but
Like-
it's trash.
You got a bunch of geeks that's using analytics to say
It's
who should be the
trash. The
best.
list is garbage.
I mean, numbers don't lie.
I don't care about
I
the list.
mean, sometimes you got to throw them numbers out the window and
You
just
do.
go by the eye test, man. Like, can this dude help me win? What is he doing on the court?
Like Giannis being number 1.
And then, you mentioned Zion Williamson was like number 42.
Yeah,
and
Clay
Klay
was 49.
Right.
You
Zion
can't.
he hasn't played an NBA game yet. How is he even on this list?
I just need somebody to name me 48 other players that's better than Klay Thompson. Like,
Clay gets disrespected too. People disrespect Clay so hard, and it's trash. So whoever made the ESPN list, the Bleacher Report list, they had to have been asleep.
that's
when
them
they
analytics, man.
It's
That's what they
garbage.
going off nowadays instead of the eye test. Like,
I just want to say I appreciate how you said that Kobe should be top 5 because
right?
people don't always want
for
to give him
sure, for
his
sure.
credit,
yeah.
and I feel
I feel like he got the highest basketball IQ out of majority of these players on this list. Okay,
the list was trash.
that's all I'm saying.
Kobe top 5 for sure.
Yeah,
Definitely.
good. Hey, this was a great episode, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for stopping by.
Oh, no problem.
Thanks
Thank
for
you
your
for having
insight.
me. Appreciate it.
So if you do not already, please follow us on our social media. Our Instagram is WDWKAS Podcast.
And our Twitter is What Do Women Know 1, and that's KNO number 1.
As always, I'm Bre Nicole.
I'm Vicky D.
And Veez.
We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace.